Hello, everyone. Hello, Lisbon. My name is Paweł Kapusta. I am a journalist from Poland, editor-in-chief in Wirtualna Polska, the biggest Polish media hub. And today I have a great opportunity to sit here on stage with fantastic guests, Albert and Vijay. Of course, this is not my topic, but I tried not to get into your way. So you have prepared a small presentation. And just to start, could you introduce yourself?
I will start. I'm Albert Mundet. I've been here at the club FC Barcelona for 10 years now. So it's been a nice ride, understanding where sports has the opportunities to grow with technology. And learning how we can learn from sports to other sectors and all the way around, how other sectors can help sports improve what we do on a day-to-day operations, both on the performance side, but also on the business side of things. So my background, I'm a physicist. I've been exposed to many different industries, but since 10 years ago, I just focused on FC Barcelona and sports, and making this industry grow.
Vijay?
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much. It's amazing to be here. Hi to everybody. I'm a nerd, yeah? I believe that you can bring science into anything, and certainly into sport. So I've spent my career commercializing novel scientific technologies, all the way from the sequencing of genomes through to now our ability to really decode the human immune system. And what you see here on screen is exactly the reason why you all are here. You're made of cells. We're all made of cells. And athletes are cells performing at the optimal level. Your cells, your immune system, is precisely what allows you to be healthy. It detects diseases and it treats them. And what you see here is an immune cell, a T cell, killing a cell infected by a virus. But these are also the same cells which allow you to live longer. They also cause inflammation. They also sometimes attack you with autoimmune disease. So it's a pleasure to decode the immune system with FC Barcelona.
Okay, Vijay, why is the immune system so important?
Yeah, I mean, as you can see here, these are your soldiers. They defend you from disease. But together with your brain, they are two of the most important components of your longevity, whether you're an athlete or you're one of us. Your immune system is the invisible army of soldiers that is maintaining your health all the time. And these cells, as you age, whether you're an athlete or you're a civilian, let's say, are what leave you exposed to disease and aging. So the immune system is fundamental to our biology.
How is Omniscope's technology used by FC Barcelona?
So again, from Barça Innovation Hub perspective, we always try to bridge the gaps in between sports and other sectors, right? And one of the things that we always like to learn is, well, everything that's happening in that case on the health sector. We detected that there is a huge trend coming on, which is treating diseases through immune therapies. So basically understanding your immune system and then using the same immune system, which at the end of the day is a condensation of years on years of, I would say, evolution intelligence of our bodies, to then treat those pathologies that we have, like we were seeing here on the screen, right? So the thesis was, this could be applied to the sports, right? And we see that at the end of the day, in our current operations of our football teams, we have 50% of our injuries are non-contact injuries. So something that happens into the body without any external, I would say, impact, contact, right? If you have an ACL, it can come just from a tackle, or you can go just because of you, when you run, something happens, right? So the question was, well, let's focus on our main core, what we call it our cancer, which is our muscle and tendon injuries. And the question is, if we are fighting cancer with immune therapies, like we were saying, can we just use intelligence or the immune system of our athletes to actually treat our patients? And I would say treat, and I think it's more than treating, which is at the end of the day is preventing, diagnosing, treating, and then making the decision when a player can return to the pitch without a re-injury, right? And that comes to this idea of saying, okay, if our athletes are playing matches every 3 days, which means mechanical stress, and we are seeing that mechanical stress has increased a lot in the last 10 years. If we look back 10 years, the intensity of the games, the volume of the games, and how these players are performing in terms of what we call it external load, so mechanical stress, is increased a lot. And the consequence is obvious. We have more injuries. That's it, right? So if we can treat those athletes as patients that suffer every 3 days a mechanical stress, a psychological stress, an emotional stress, maybe targeting the immune system as a potential way to learn how we can, again, prevent, diagnose, treat, and then return to play decision making, that could be an opportunity. That's when we started looking at the opportunity of actually working with experts on that system. And that's what we came to Omniscope, which we believe that they have a unique technology in terms of the end-to-end space of immune therapies, from purely through their patented technology to single-cell sequencing this immune system, creating a database, a unique database, because they are able to sequence every single cell. Then the database that they're creating is super big. And based on that, try to find biomarkers in that immune system that are able to understand when a player can have a huge risk of injury, and based on that, take actions. That's on the prevention side. But on the injury side, when a player gets injured, we can learn when a player is actually responding well to a particular treatment, because we can follow up on how this particular treatment or intervention is actually affecting these immune biomarkers. And lastly, on the return to play, we want to have the player at the same level in terms of the immune system defense, immune system healthy, that was before the injury. So kind of coming from the end-to-end approach of the player. So that's a little bit how we use the technology. Of course, it's something unique in the space. We have been in the sports just focusing on the mechanical stress, not too much in the physiological response or even in the immune system response. And now with that, we are able to open a new wide topic that definitely it's happening in the health space, but not in sports.
Vijay, would you like to add something to that?
Yeah, I mean, for those of you who are interested in a bit more detail, our technology is our own proprietary technology, which allows us to decode your cellular biology. What does that mean? The way you age and the way a player ages is similar. We're all humans, right? So we read the immune system cell by cell, millions of immune cells. There are 10 to the 16 of these. And we analyze these to understand where you have gaps. Do you have too much inflammation? Are you not protected against influenza? Can we match you to the ideal therapy, an anti-inflammatory, a way to recover faster? And we also biobank cells for future use. These cells are literally your living medicine. And finally, we're one of the few companies in the world who have engineered immune cells, including in a very young child who was born with half a kilo of tumors, to actually save lives. Now with athletes are quite unique. So what you really need to be able to do is to model the way they are aging to increase their health span. This means we look at cellular inflammation. This means we look at things called telomeres, which allow your cells to replicate and regenerate. This also means that we look at immune age. Your date of birth is not very useful aside from your passport. And if I look at mine, for example, I'm certainly not an athlete, but when I actually look at mine, I'm 42. But using Omniscope's technology, I have built one of the world's first in silico avatars of my own biology. I am represented computationally, and I can see features of my age, such as my inflammation, which now that I can measure it, I can change it. And even though Albert is definitely younger looking than me, I think Albert and I both have slightly different cellular avatars, which is exactly what we use for the players. So literally to increase their longevity cell by cell. And this gives us insights into our biology which are far beyond traditional methods. And the whole idea of what we're doing is that this isn't just for athletes, right, Albert? It's for everybody.
No, and here, again, it's about, you mentioned the longevity component. For an athlete, longevity is key. I mean, they have their careers shorter than everyone here, right? So you know that at 35, they start to think what's going to be next, and they still have plenty of time to do stuff, right? So if we can somehow, by the early beginnings of their careers, treat them with this solution that is able to expand and treat this kind of weakness of your immune system, potentially we're going to be able to enlarge those careers. We are seeing it today. Players are playing more, and I think it's because definitely the protocols that they are using now in terms of nutrition, supplements, and all that is something that definitely is actually changing those careers. But if we can somehow hack those immune system in a way that definitely from 20 years old, 18 years old, to start monitoring how your immune age is evolving, potentially we can even somehow biohack this immune system and enlarge those careers. And there's a huge opportunity for the athlete careers. But to your point, Vijay, basically, Barça Innovation Hub is also about how we can translate from the top elite athletes to the general population, right? And this is something that we believe there is an opportunity as well to kind of socialize this and work on this idea of how we can detect with this longevity solution, help general population to use a similar technology that is being used at the highest level of FC Barcelona.
Vijay, how do you see this technology in 10 years?
I love that question. So I see this technology as being in the hands of everybody. I think global life expectancy has gone now to 73, 75 globally, developed and the developing world. I see athletes, as Albert has pointed out, in multiple sports playing well into their 50s. You know, you look at somebody like Floyd Mayweather. You look at some of the amazing athletes at FCB, they're performing at the top of their game. By modeling age in a cellular manner, not only can athletes keep on performing, and by performing I mean seeing this technology so that we all have the right muscle mass, we all have the right cognition. Your immune system ages your brain. You want to be fit, and you want to be capable. You want to be stronger for longer. That's the entire point. And in 10 years, I think the world will be a different place. I think in the next few years, what we're doing together with FCB is this. This technology is available to you right now. So for those of you who are in the audience, this is the bit where you grab your phone, because you can win the exact same technology that Football Club Barcelona is using. To me, what Barça Innovation Hub represents is that rather than something happening in 10 years, thanks to Barça Innovation Hub and the secrets of athletes, we can bring this technology to you today. Effectively, athletes have fast-forwarded the democratization of this technology, because by studying them cell by cell, we understand how do they regenerate so quickly, how can they be so mentally sharp, how can they deal with all of the stressors but still perform at the highest level. Now, we all want to do that. We want to be like athletes, and we want to enjoy our life. So I don't think we need to wait for 10 years. It's here right now.
Anything to add, Albert?
No, same. Again, it's about the pace of the technology advancements is crazy. I mean, I think we are on the verge of a huge, significant change. And I do believe that especially companies that have unique data is going to be the ones that are going to be able to build stuff that is unique. And in that sense, I think that what we are building here is a unique space where the immune system is going to be known, and the interaction with your immune system will help you potentially treat you on a daily basis and take actions that can enlarge your healthier life. I think that's what we're envisioning. I know it's going to take 10 years, hopefully less. We are already doing it. I am using the technology, and it's mind-blowing in how you can actually act and see the results of maybe trying a component, a supplement. But before that, you were taking the supplement and you just rely on a third party that sees that, yeah, this is good for your what. Instead here, you can actually see the connection in between that particular supplement, an antioxidant supplement, and actually your immune age and your acute immune aging biomarker.
Thank you very much. It was super interesting. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.